Artificial intelligence in medicine, it's not science fiction anymore. It's already here in our homes, in our hospitals, in our labs, and it's completely changing how we fight diseases and manage our health. So let's dive in and take a look at what this revolution actually looks like and what it really means for you. All right, let's kick things off with a big question to get us thinking. What if your next checkup didn't mean you had to leave your house? What if you could get sophisticated medical diagnostics done right in your own living room? Sounds pretty wild, right? Well, it's actually a lot closer than you might think. So first stop, the Consumer Electronics Show, CES. This is where the latest and greatest tech isn't just about bigger TVs or faster phones anymore. It's about turning our homes into these proactive health hubs. And the whole goal here? To make medical-grade care as easy to get as picking up your smartphone. And what's really wild is just how much stuff is coming out. We're talking about mirrors that can check on your heart health, glucose monitors that don't need to prick you, and tech that customizes your diet and sleep. What this all really tells us is that the line between, consumer wellness gadgets and actual clinical care, it's not just getting blurry, it's pretty much disappearing. Okay, so that at-home tech is super impressive for sure. But AI's biggest impact might just be on the front lines of medical research. So we're going to switch gears and focus on one of the toughest fights in medicine, cancer. This is where a new AI model from Stanford is not just a step forward, it's a massive leap. So this model is called Musk, and the scale it operates on is, well, it's just mind-boggling. It digs through this enormous database, we're talking 50 million pathology images and medical records, to spot patterns that, honestly, no human ever could. Okay, so does it actually work? Well, when it comes to one of the most critical questions, predicting if a patient will survive, it hits a 75% accuracy rate. That is a huge improvement over the old ways, and it offers a kind of clarity that could completely change the conversations between doctors and their patients. But it gets even better than that, even more specific. The model can predict which lung cancer patients are going to respond to immunotherapy, treatments that use your own immune system, with 77% accuracy. And that right there is the holy grail of personalized medicine. Getting the right treatment to the right person, and just as important, not wasting time on ones that won't work. And get this might be its most impressive trick yet. It can predict if melanoma will come back with a jaw-dropping 83% accuracy. Having that kind of foresight could totally transform patient care, moving from just reacting to problems to proactively catching them before they ever get serious. Healthcare isn't just about our bodies, right? It's about our minds too. And the next frontier for AI is mental health, where it's being used to tackle the growing crisis by plugging a really critical gap in the system. And that's where a company called Jiminy Health and its AI, Sage, step in. Now the key word, the real magic here, is between. Sage isn't trying to replace a human therapist. Nope. Instead, it's all about providing that continuous support, assessments, activities, to keep people engaged and on track in all those days and weeks between their appointments. Okay, so let's recap. We've got AI at home, AI in the cancer lab, AI for mental health, but here's the catch. None of this works as well as it could if all the data is a complete mess. And that brings us to a gigantic problem in the system. Our health records are scattered all over the place. But there's one company that's stepping up to build the platform to fix it all. Just look at this comparison. It really says it all. On one side, you've got the before, this total mess of different vendors, data scattered everywhere, making everything inefficient. Then you have the after, the vision Innovasor has. One single platform, all the data integrated, leading to much faster, much smarter decisions for everybody. And listen, this isn't just some pipe dream. This is a mission with some serious, serious money behind it. With a fresh $275 million in funding, Innovasor isn't just organizing data, it's basically aiming to become the central nervous system for the entire healthcare industry. No small goal, right? And that huge funding round, it brings us perfectly to our final piece of the puzzle, the money. Because all these incredible innovations are being fueled by a historic wave of investment. Let's take a look at the numbers that are really driving this whole revolution. $23 billion. According to Silicon Valley Bank, that's how much money has just poured into AI-powered healthcare. We're not talking about a trend here. This is a financial tidal wave, and investors are placing massive bets that this is the future. And what's crazy is that this growth is just picking up speed like crazy. Just in the biopharma world alone, investment in AI for things like drug development just exploded. We're talking a 300% jump in 2024 alone. The momentum is just undeniable.
And we're not just talking about a bunch of small bets from startups either. Look at this. A whopping 71% of all that money comes from what they call mega deals. These are single investments of over $100 million. This is big, concentrated capital from people who are absolutely convinced that AI is going to fundamentally transform medicine.
So, after all that, where does this leave us? We've seen AI acting like a doctor making house calls, a detective finding cancer clues, and a master organizer for our entire health system. And it's all fueled by billions of dollars. So yeah, the question isn't if AI is going to change healthcare. The real question is, which one of these amazing breakthroughs is going to be the first to completely change the game for all of us?